Yates of Island Pond, Vermont, wrote a statement and had my daughter's signature added to it. It was a statement requesting a protection from abuse order against me on behalf of my daughter. My daughter did not write it, and she did not sign it. And then she was told by Lynda Yates of Island Pond, Vermont, who was on a silly check, who lost her kids to the state of Vermont, and they keep on calling her into court to testify against my daughter, after she had told me, and I put it in writing and submitted it to the court of Essex County the day before, the state and the cops came and took my grandson and obviously went to my house with a search warrant. I wasn't even there, so what were they searching for other than the drugs that I had found that were in the possession of Aaron Ordway and Kevin Bickford? And it's noted because Kevin and Brianna were arguing on audio record about him doing drugs in her house, and she was telling them both to get the fuck out. I've even got the pictures of her moving them out. And a friend of Rachel Knight's from Woodsville Walmart, his name is Joe, he was there helping move the stuff out. In fact, he's the one that told me, take those drugs and get rid of them. It was crystal meth, and I've still got the pictures of it. So then I told Michael Hatton about it, and obviously Michael Hatton is part of the police, because he allowed all of this shit to happen. He allowed my daughter to get abused. He said he had surveillance on his house. Well, why isn't he sharing it? I requested it, and he said it have to go through the cops, but the cops won't get it. The judge already said that he acknowledged Kevin Bickford wrote false statements and reports. I wrote a statement and submitted it against Lynda Yates. And again, because the day before, the cops showed up and took my grandson and arrested Brianna, and all this shit happened to Brianna. And Kevin's got my grandson. Kiana had him first. This is bullshit, okay? So everybody needs to be made aware in Island Pond, Vermont, North Country, Vermont, that this here is being heard. I'm here in D.C. I'm not here because I'm on vacation. I'm here requesting justice and an investigation into many situations. That would be Joel Cope. That would be the gay boys that have the Hearth and Home country store in Island Pond. That would be Lynda Cope. That would be Mary Hare and Jeff Hare. That would be Vincent Aluzzi, State's Attorney General T.J. Donovan, Patrick Leahy, Joe Benning, Laura Wilson, Angel at the courthouse. Everybody involved, all the judges from probate to Superior Court and across to federal. Because why? They're a conflict of interest. I'm requesting a change of venue, misconduct into every single one of them, requesting an investigation. And here's some more proof of information you're going to hear from Brianna in my conversation. And these are the reasons why they don't want us to have contact with each other, which is another violation because there's no reason for it. You see, Lynda Yates put in an order and then signed Brianna's name to her, or maybe even Kevin signed it. I don't know, but it was only a B and a Knight. And it wasn't even, I know my daughter's handwriting, and so does the judge, okay? So knowing that there's so many signatures that prove the discrediting accountability of that paper that was filed, that's why I'm requesting, because the judge allowed it. And I had asked for it to be dismissed, and they didn't even ask. They didn't dismiss it. Vincent Aluzzi knew damn well it wasn't, and he keeps on asking for Brianna to testify for him, but he's using against her as well. So with that being said, that's a conflict of interest. Everything they do is a conflict of interest, hence the fact I'm here in D.C. Listen to her, and then you're going to hear from me.
Linda. So Linda's the one that wrote that report and signed your name to it? I told her, yeah. So Linda who? Lynda Yates? Lynda Yates, also known as Hebert. How did it come about that she was able to do this? Is my, another sense. No, man. She had to have done it. I didn't even everything, it's because they're all fucking